nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order. Motion to approve the agenda with flexibility.
I make a motion to approve the agenda with flexibility, and we need to add a Voyager line to the claims.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and I have a second. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Approved January 3rd meeting minutes.
There's a correction to that. Law board is Blue Donovan and me instead of Dave Bigland.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes with correction. Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Claims.
I need to add Voyager claim on here. Hasn't been paid since November. This is their gas card. The balance right now is $7,682.04. They only have about $300 credit left, which isn't gonna work before a check gets paid and sent. It hasn't been paid since November 22nd. And I'm wondering if we can use the credit card because they need to have that. The gas cards aren't going to work.
Can we wire or pay over the phone? Check.
We've never done that.
But can just a one-time deal.
Can you use the credit card?
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know, because each credit card has our own name on it. It doesn't just say an account. If the places would take them, or
Yeah, I don't know.
because they're in our personal names, every one of them. They don't do just strictly a company one that anybody can use. They all printed with individual names on them. But I could reach out to Voyager and see what it passed to send an ACH to them. I know it's possible.
I mean, you can do that. You forget a pickup payment or something, you call them, they'll cost you a little bit.
But that's what I'm saying. I just don't know.
Because otherwise they're going to run out of gas.
Right.
No, I understand.
You know, so.
But I'll get the information from Voyager and see what I can, because I should be able to do it through online banking.
And I don't know whether they would, if you would talk to Voyager, Tash, if they would extend us credit to get us by. I don't know whether they would or not.
Well, we've been using them for years. I don't know why they wouldn't.
Well, they haven't been paid since November.
So you're gonna work on that then?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I had a question on the Avera McKinnon too. If that, did you talk to Avera,
I have not.
to see if it's a $12,000 bill for mentally ill. Check and see if there's Medicare or Medicaid or veterans, if it was voluntary or involuntary. Sometimes they'll negotiate with you and take a Medicaid, but that's for one person, that's over half the budget for 2024. You might talk to the state's attorney about the laws that apply to this. You don't know if it was an inmate.
I do not. I don't.
I'd like to put a hold on that.
I have no problem with that. Anyone else have a problem with putting a hold on it?
That's it.
Oh,
Was that Otter Hill bill and the Bear behavior, was that for the same?
No. They're completely different.
That's different.
They're different. Because this is a Vera McKinnon Hospital, and that other one is a Vera behavior. And Otter Hill Consulting is a completely different vendor than the other two.
I just wondered if it was the same person.
We'd have to look at the bill after the meeting.
I'll make a motion to pay the claims with the hold on of Vera McKenna and an addition of Voyager at $7,682.04.
We have a motion, do we have a second? Second, all in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Sheriff's Department, Kevin Curtis.
Okay, so you were approved for 2 separate highway safety grants this calendar year, or this fiscal year correction. We already discussed the one back in November. Today we're here to discuss our impaired driving grant for enforcement of impaired driving, both for alcohol and drug enforcement. So as with overtime, this grant gives us some equipment, which is 3 new dash cams for a couple vehicles. This one will ultimately give us 1 camera for the new unit that we ordered, plus replacing 2 of the older ones. In terms of the older ones that are getting replaced, I've already been contacted by another sheriff's office. Once those are actually taken out of the vehicles, they've reminded me multiple times that they want us to surplus them because they want to buy them. So when that happens, we can do that. But the total cost for the equipment here is $23,014 and $14,400. That is all covered under the grant. The match portion that is required by the county was already put into our 2024 budget request, which you did approve already. So it's already all figured into our 2024 budget. So we're not asking for any budget supplements or anything like that. Just to move forward with the order, which by terms of the grant, we have to do before January 31st.
So you need a motion on that?
I was just told we have to get approval for anything over $1,000. This is obviously over $1,000, but the grant and everything, as well as the county's match, was all put into the 2024 budget, which was already approved. So it's more of a formality, I guess.
Motion to approve the highway safety grant.
Pay the difference? That's basically what
Oh,
we're paying the difference.
what come up to?
Was it $9,014, is that?
14,400 is what the grant covers. The total cost of the equipment was 23,014.
9,414, right? No,
Give me the figures again, Kevin. 23.
23,014
Okay.
and 14,400.
$9,014.
And if the other sheriff's department buys the equipment, what's the cost?
Once we have the new ones and we actually have them installed, and we have the old ones pulled out and boxed up, it'll have to come back to the commissioners for an approval of surplus. At that point, it would be up to you guys to set the price on it. So that wouldn't be a thing for me to set the price on. But I just want to point out that there is another county that's been calling me multiple times with interest to purchase them.
If that could go back into purchase of these
Yes.
ones, is what I was thinking.
Okay.
That's all I got for you.
Motion to approve highway safety grant for $9,014
That's just,
difference, or we gotta come up with. That we need to pay for $9,014. That's my motion.
got a motion, got a second? Second. We have a second. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Emergency disaster, Mr. Fiscal.
So when we had the blizzard right after Christmas, I had Johnny post something to Facebook for me about the blizzard. It had a lot of shares. I think it's time that we have our own Facebook account, so I can put that in and not rely on other people to do that. Other people have been good to just put it around for us. So, number one, I need to know if that's okay, or is it time to do a Benton County Facebook page, and the emergency management just be part of it. So that's my question for you guys.
And the only thing I'm gonna say is we had a Bennett County Facebook page, and once it's out there, it becomes a matter of public record, and then you have to hire some outside company to check it constantly and download everything in case somebody deletes a comment that they put on it. But it has to be monitored pretty much 24/7 because it's part of a public record. So I chose to get rid of the Bennett County Facebook page. Cause I told them I wasn't gonna pay somebody hundreds of dollars a month to have them monitor it. If I post anything now, it's off my personal page. And then they can't do anything.
I didn't know what she just said.
No, you probably didn't, Jeff, sorry, but
That's
why-
okay.
but
I'm glad you
That's
told
why I
me.
get away with it, was because it becomes a matter of public record. And then we're gonna have to hire an outside company or somebody that monitors and downloads and prints everything posted to.
Is there a way we could go off the state?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking no.
They try and pass their emergency. Be a way of looking into it and seeing how they're doing it.
I can call Steve.
Because, yeah, that would be an ideal, because it's good when they post up what's going on the reservation. I like
It was
yours, get
useful,
more
but
information. That would
I
help
didn't see
travelers.
the money they wanted to monitor it.
Sheriff's office has. Couldn't, where's Kevin? Is Kevin still here?
Can you set it up so they can't post to it, just you post to it only? Then you don't have an issue, right? Just you're putting things on, just no chance to reply.
I
I'm not
don't
really,
know if they would be
I
able
don't know a
to
lot
share
about
that
Facebook.
yet, but that would be something to look at. I just don't know if they'd be able to share it if it was,
Right.
okay, that would be an option then.
But as the emergency management, couldn't the sheriff's office add you on there so you could post onto it?
Probably. Do you want me to do some research and come back to you? Does that make sense? I learned a lot just standing here this morning. So, anyway, I don't do social media. Okay? I just choose not to. Pardon me?
Not a bad decision.
Anyway, okay, thanks.
Yep.
I'll be back with more info.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Highway Department gravel.
I'll make a motion to purchase 55,000 ton of gravel from Whipple Trucking at $565 a ton per contract. That was done back in June, pending completion.
I have a motion, you have a second?
Second.
And a second. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Al Schaefer, phone conference. Executive session as needed.
I need one for legal. We can do it at the end though, or whenever,
Beat the punch.
whenever you like.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it now.
Okay, I'll make it. For personnel, you said, Sarah?
Legal.
Oh, legal. I'll make a motion for executive session for legal. Where that is, Sarah? 1-25-2 dash.
1-25-2-3.
And who do you want in here?
Just the commissioners and Tasha.
Commissioner Natasha. And Sarah.
Motion, we have a second.
Second.
All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are in executive session at 9. No action required. Any old and new business?
Oh, wait, actually do. We haven't got that.
Any? We got 3 minutes.
Oh,
We have 2 minutes.
oh, sorry.
Any old and new business? Now,
Make the call.
yeah, it's called. The Al Schaefer phone conference.
Yeah, Al, this is Tasha Kanahaka with the commissioners, Bennet County Commissioners. Are you ready? Sure. Okay. So I had gave you some of documents to review. This morning, so I will just let you speak to the commissioners on your thoughts.
Okay, all right. My understanding that last meeting there was a little confusion between what are contingency transfers and cash transfers. Contingency transfers are budget only. They have nothing to do with cash balances and stuff like that. It's just moving budget authority. When you guys do your budget, you usually budget a line item for contingency for to cover things that come up during the year that maybe wasn't thought of at the beginning when you did the budget. And so that kind of allows you to do some transfers without having to go through the supplemental budget process. So the supplemental budget process is a little bit more intense, and when I think that you have to give a notice of doing a budget supplement, and then you have to have the hearing before you actually do approve the supplement and stuff. So there's a little bit that if it is something like that, you almost I think you have to have a 10-day notice and stuff. So that you almost have to get the notice out in the beginning of December if you want to try to do it at your last meeting in December for supplements. Now you definitely would have needed a supplement because last year because you only had 80,000 contingency and your highway fund alone was overspent by I think it was $500,000 or something like that. And so the budget is water under the bridge now. There's nothing you can go back and do to fix these overspent line items. That should have been all done prior to December 31st. Now, as far as the cash balances go, you have like negative cash balance in the 911 fund and in the 24/7 fund, I believe. Law library has a negative cash balance, and I think the state modernization preservation fund had a negative balance. Now, that state modernization preservation fund, you guys will have to do some research on that to see why that's negative. Because actually, it's straight in and out every month. That shouldn't have to be at some point in time either something got paid too much into the state or something got receipted wrong or just some posted wrong. As far as the other ones, that it's on the agenda for today or at your next meeting, you can actually do cash transfers to cover those negative cash balances. And I think if I move at the line, if you normally budget, and you guys budget for you only budgeted 51,000 in transfers out, but you did transfer 605,000 last year already for cash transfers, but you still need to cover the 911. Normally you'll budget the transfer for 911, emergency management, and possibly 24/7. It kind of all depends and stuff, but that was the cash transfer where you actually do a motion to transfer cash from the general fund to these other funds and subsidize those funds. And those can be done any time of the year. Now again, you need to do that to cover up those negative cash balances because you want down the road 911, you guys, with what you guys have to pay for your 911 versus what you guys get in revenue, you always have to subsidize that one. And emergency management, usually you have to subsidize because you only get 50% reimbursement back for salaries. You have to subsidize that one. A lot of times, other counties you'll see you have to subsidize the road and bridge fund or 24/7. You kind of flops back and forth sometimes with the stuff, but so I guess my thoughts were that we need to help you guys try to understand the difference between budget transfers and cash transfers, and that as far as the budgeting process goes too, my understanding is you guys get the expenditure budget report every month. As a board, I would think you guys would want to look at that, and at the beginning of the year, you don't have to worry about so much, but you come to June, you kind of look at the budgets to see once, is the sheriff's budget already spent 70% of the budget, you still got half the year to go. And stuff. And then that's when you need to be talking to the department heads, and the department heads need to be sitting down and planning what they need to get through the rest of the year. Because technically, when the budget's overspent, you guys are violating the state law that says you have to have budget authority before you spend any money. tell me.
I know.
I'm good.
Not hearing anything.
I don't think we've got any questions. The only thing that we can do right now is to do fund transfers to those negative fund balances.
Yep, get those squared away and go forward from there.
Because the
A lot
budgets,
of counties, what they do with the cash transfers, especially when you know you have to subsidize it, a lot of times they'll do half of the transfer, sometimes between January and July, and then they'll do the other half towards the end of the year. And you don't want to try to wait till towards the end of the year to see what you actually need, because once you transfer the money over there, you can't get it back and stuff, so. And I told, you guys are scheduled for an audit. We'll be auditing 21 and 22, and hopefully the plan is that I'll be down there probably sometime in March, probably, to start the audit and work through that too. So while I'm down there too, we'll provide assistance as well as we can, because I know we got a new auditor and stuff, and so you know, there'll probably be a lot of assistance that we'll probably be doing too while we're down there, so. But I don't know if it's helped, or not, or stuff, but I guess that's the only thing I can say as far as, you know, what's happening going forward and stuff, so.
Can Al answer questions from the public?
Al, do you want to answer a question from the public?
I can.
This is Judd Scomp.
So the commissioners just made a motion and passed a motion to buy $311,000 of gravel
That's not on this deal.
in this meeting right now. What you just explained to them is that they don't have the budget authority because they are not the highway superintendent. Is that correct? Because this is a commissioner's decision and not the highway superintendent's?
No, the commissioners control the budget. The department heads, the commission is the final say on all budgets.
Right. So they can spend the money as they see fit.
They have the budget authority there for that. So I mean, the commissioners can, I've never heard that the commissioners can't approve something. And normally the commissioners would be, the highway superintendent would come to the commissioners to approve for something like that. And the commissioners are always going to have to approve, especially if you're talking $300,000 worth of gravel, because then you got the bid lot you have to comply with and all that kind of stuff too. So, and that's ultimately the commissioner's responsibility.
So there's bid laws that apply to that $311,000?
I didn't quite understand that.
I said, so there are bid laws that apply to that $311,000?
Well, sure. If you buy, I can't remember, I know they changed the amounts and stuff, but you have certain purchases over a certain dollar amount, you have to go out for bids, or, to buy that stuff. So there's big laws for that.
So you can't just put it on the agenda and purchase it in one meeting's time?
It's not unless you put it out for bids, or you're buying off of it, if you're buying off of another county's bid or something like that, then you could.
Okay.
Otherwise, you still got to do the notice publish a notice for bids, and have your specifications and all that kind of stuff, and then the public will open the bid, and then award the bid.
Interesting. Okay, thank you.
What you can't buy off the state, if there's a state contract for gravel, and you're buying off of that, you can do that and stuff too. Now, the only thing you don't have to do is the gravel royalty doesn't have to be bid. It's just the gravel crushing and stuff like that where you have to bid. So, like, a lot of counties will pay a royalty to somebody and crush gravel from their pits. And what they pay to the landowner for the gravel doesn't have to be bid, but the process of crushing the gravel for their use, that has to be bid.
Thank you.
Yes, it's Tasha.
She knows how to get a hold of me to answer if she has any questions and stuff. And like I said, in a couple months I should be down there to start the audit. So, and have a whole list of questions when I get down there too. So, but other than that, I guess unless you guys have some more questions, I mean that's all of my insights for today anyway.
Good.
I'm good.
Well, thanks, Al.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. All right. Talk to you again.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Yeah. All right.
So if you could put on the agenda for those cash transfers at the next meeting.
I'm gonna make a motion to go back to executive session for legal. Same people, commissioners, Tosh and Sarah.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We are now in executive session at 10:41.
He likes Sirius radio on it. He likes the heater.
I can afford a dream. Yeah, I know. But they got same chances. That's cool. You can't tell me you can't put a safety.
Out of executive session at 10:53. And then you're
We're just waiting for.
How about you, just starting tractors? Man, I'll tell you what, I know I'm getting old, cause 4:30, I can't get home by 4:30. My cows are 6 miles away, get home in that old tractor. No air ride.
Okay. There's gonna be no action taken.
I just want to clarify, the purchase of the gravel from Whipple Trucking was based on the bids on June 23rd to June 24th.
Public comment, 5-minute limit.
I have some questions. I'd prefer to speak under the public comment above that, the first one that's listed though.
Nope.
What is the seating capacity in this room?
No comment.
Is there any chance of getting this?
Jeff might know.
I don't have the paperwork here, but we figured it out, and I sent it to you, but I don't have it here in front of me.
For like 15 people?
You know, I think it's one of them.
What caused the meeting to get moved back into this closet instead of the courtroom?
No comment.
So, as of today, it's January 17th. Out of the highway budget to date, you've spent $521,750. That's nearly half of the highway budget by January 17th. Are you aware of that?
No comment.
You realize that that's taxpayer money and not your own personal money?
Again, no comment.
So currently, at the Whipple pit, you have 40,000 tons of crushed gravel sitting there that's already been purchased by Bennett County. You just bought an additional $55,000 of crushed gravel for a total of 95,000 tons of gravel. Bennett County has never had that much gravel stockpiled before. I understand a couple of these commissioners are in on this highway, but are any of the other ones of you starting to scratch your head and saying something's not right here? Like, we're spending a lot of money. What's happening? I mean, I think it's time that some of you that aren't on this highway department start using your voices here a little bit. Because that's 95,000 tons of gravel. Can I ask what projects this gravel is slated for?
No comment.
So you just claimed to use the June 23rd and 24th bid. What is the expiration date on these bids?
No comment.
Because, I mean, we're into a new fiscal year. You'd think there'd be new bids here, correct? Coming out before we start buying $311,000 worth of gravel on old bids.
I just want to make a comment. I believe that was a June 2023 bid,
Yes.
good until June 2024, correct?
Correct.
Is that listed on that bid?
It is.
The purchase of this $5.65 a ton of gravel that you guys bought, is that coming out of the May pit?
No comment.
Does Josh Whipple Trucking have a mining permit at the May pit?
No comment.
Because he does not, for your information. Neither does Bud May have a permit to dig out of his own pit as well. In case you guys wanted to look into that at all. Does that include freight?
No comment.
How many county road graders were out plowing snow yesterday?
No comment.
What I heard was that they were sitting in the yard gelled up. Well, their contractor got hired to go out and open the county roads that did not have the lowest bid on the bid list. The lowest bidder was not called and asked to come out and push snow yesterday. Was there any truth to that rumor?
No comment.
Do you know who the low bid on snow pushing is?
No comment. You have 1 minute.
Do you work for the public?
No comment.
I hope a couple of you two or three start opening your mouths here before long and realizing kind of what's going on, because you have an equal voice at the table. You have an equal voice to speak your mind. I hope you guys start utilizing that, because that's a lot of money we're talking about. January 17th, and almost half of the highway budget is used at this point. Where are we going to go?
Your time's up.
I appreciate your time.
Any more public comment? Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is adjourned. 11 o'clock.
No, I'm fine. I can do it. Shut up.
Did you fall down or what?
I bumped it again. You know when you get old? It hurts a hell of a lot more.
And it takes way longer to heal.
But then when you got really good pain pills, it don't hurt until they wear off.
And then you have another problem.
Yeah, but I don't even take aspirin, so it's one pain pill. That is all.
Where's green?
I'm going on my phone.
Please stay here as long.
I'll get them. Go on the
It's gonna launch him.
Thank you.